Hello, and a very warm welcome on behalf of the Driving Urban Transition Partnership. My name is Margit Noll. I'm CEO of the partnership and happy to share some first insights and overview of our new program and our ambitions and main activities. Let me quickly start with introducing where we're coming from and where we're building upon, which is the JPI Urban Europe. Again, an intergovernmental transnational research and innovation program that is operating for more than 10 years now, where we had 20 countries already participating and research and innovation funders joining forces to establish joint research and innovation projects. We have invested so far more than 130 million euros, and nearly 140 projects have been established. Some of them already finished, some are just about to start. One aspect that I really would like to highlight is the importance of what kind of projects we're looking into. We call these urban living labs as an environment to experiment and an area that allows different stakeholders to engage in the project, so that we're going beyond perhaps more traditional research and innovation projects, but given a room for experimentation of research with municipalities, city administration, utilities, business, NGOs, civil society organizations, and you name that. We believe that it is of utmost importance to support this kind of cooperation so that we can hit the ground, that our projects and our investments have an impact and are relevant of those that take actions in the cities, which is, of course, municipalities in the first place, but all other stakeholders and actors that can take action in a city are very welcome to join in and engage in these projects. You see, we have more than 200 of these living labs have been established as part of our project, and this will stay as an important element for any future call that we're going to launch in the frame of the DUT partnership. Besides this, we have been investing quite a lot in terms of community building, to mobilize the different actors to work together with cities, to establish relationships, to understand the hot topics, to understand the issues that bother you as municipalities, as urban actors and stakeholders, so that our topics and our calls are more relevant to all of you. So having said that, let's turn towards the future and the Driving Urban Transition Partnership directly. Formally, it is a public-public partnership of actors from 27 countries and the European Commission. All of these countries are providing funds for research and innovation projects. Besides that, we have more than 60 partners in this consortium, mainly from research and innovation funders on national, regional level, but also to some extent other national and regional authorities and agencies that are dealing with urban matters and policy making, supporting cities in implementation of various strategies. And we have a couple of strategic partners that help us implement the different measures that we have identified. So far, we have an indicative commitment of 450 million euros for the period for the next 7 years. And as we see already with the first call, we hope that we can even go beyond that budget that will or shall strengthen then urban transition, the capacities and the knowledge, the expertise in Europe across the countries. Our vision, accordingly, as given here, is to tackle the urban challenges rather in their complexities, if you will. But we certainly want to go beyond creating knowledge and evidence in the first place, but by understanding how we can bring these strategies into action. So our projects shall help bring the evidence into our cities, shall help to define concrete actions that help transforming our neighborhoods and provide knowledge in a co-designed way so that we all can act accordingly to reach our European ambitions. In that regard, we are strongly encouraging all the various stakeholder groups, starting from municipalities and city administration, infrastructure providers, utilities, business, entrepreneurs, NGOs, local initiatives, and of course, research, science, academia to engage together and create this evidence. We have defined our thematic scope contain three main priorities, which we call transition pathways, and they define the hopefully entry points that are attractive for all of you to engage in a way that we believe they are offering, they are addressing important aspects in urban transition in the wider sense, and hopefully correspond to the strategies of cities and other actors so that they can take use of these strategic developments of these concepts and of course the funding. So starting with a positive energy district and neighborhoods perspective, it's targeting the urban energy system. It's a program that is up and running for nearly 3 years now. We have first projects funded in this regard, and they are inspiring, of course, also the further calls to come on that matter. And it's about energy efficiency, energy security, how we can create attractive neighborhoods that are using less energy and based on renewables mainly, well embedded into the regional energy system. The second transition pathway on circular urban economies is realizing an integrated approach for greening of cities and circularity. It includes various aspects of taking advantage of nature-based solutions, addressing green blue infrastructures, urban food, urban agriculture, but of course various aspects of the circularity transition, and bringing that together and driving these developments in and with the cities. And the third transition pathway on the 15-minute city is strengthening a quite comprehensive approach to the mobility transition and how we see the future of public space. It is built upon the paradigm that the 15-minute city concept is suggesting. We don't take it literally in that sense, but it's an inspiring approach to help us understand how we can redesign our mobility systems by encouraging active mobility, strengthening public transport, but also how we ensure multifunctional use of public spaces. So with that context and thematic scope, I would like to also emphasize that aspects of governance, of planning, but also inclusiveness, digitalization, the just city, are essential across all the thematics. So they may not show up in the headlines here, but they are essential and will come up in all our topics in order to ensure that whatever projects we're funding, that they are contributing to inclusiveness and just cities. Besides the funding that we make available, we are setting up a comprehensive set of measures, particularly when it comes to creating the highest impact possible. So the investment is one perspective, and this is the most visible part that you may see, but underlining that and embedding these calls and investments are a set of measures that should help us to make sure that we have a strong community that helps us to shape the program, that helps us identifying the needs. And again, municipalities, business, all the stakeholders that act in the cities, that need to take decisions, that need to implement the transformation, are essential partners for us in that community building to understand what priorities we need to choose in order to hit your issues. On the other hand, it's about dissemination, valorization, making the evidence available as broadly as we can, bringing the results into our cities through different means and ways, and of course, partnering with other initiatives or international cooperation will play a role, and to an increasing amount, I would say, and you're all hopefully welcome to join and find ways to engage. So with that, I would close this very quick overview on what the partnership is and what we're aiming at. I would hope that you find inspirational links to what you're all doing, what your issues are at the moment, that you will engage in the various activities that we're offering. in stakeholder dialogues, in workshops, in events, in the projects, of course, engaging and having discussions within your national context, getting back to your national contact points to understand how you can take use of the funding and of the different implementation measures in the first place. So in that sense, I hope that we will meet in one of our many activities and that we can join forces to realize a sustainable, climate neutral and inclusive cities in Europe. Thank you.